Uncooked versus instant versus brown rice, which grows plants fastest. If you've been following Soil Sage Chronicles for a while, you already know I love taking household staples and putting them to the test in the garden, not just to follow trends, but to find out what actually works, what doesn't, and what deserves a permanent spot in your organic gardening toolkit. Today, we're diving into one of the most surprising soil enhancers I've ever worked with. Rice. Yes, the same rice in your kitchen can become a powerful soil booster when transformed into FPJ, fermented plant juice. But here's the real twist. Not all rice behaves the same way. So I put 3 types to the test: uncooked rice, instant rice, and brown rice. What I discovered can help both beginner and seasoned gardeners strengthen their soil, boost plant growth, and get healthier yields. So let's get into the experiment, the process, and most importantly, the results. Why rice? Why FPJ? Why this showdown? Before we get to the real meat of this breakdown, let's talk about why I even brought rice into the conversation. Rice is full of natural starches that feed microbes, a few trace minerals that leach out beautifully during fermentation, and naturally occurring yeasts that kickstart the process. When you ferment rice into FPJ, you're creating a living, microbe-rich solution that improves soil structure, energizes beneficial bacteria, and supports healthy root development. But each kind of rice has its own identity. Uncooked white rice is processed and predictable, instant rice is pre-cooked and behaves completely differently, and brown rice is nutrient-dense and ferments much slower. All of this affects how the FPJ performs in the soil. To make this showdown useful, I fermented each rice type using the same ratios, applied them weekly to 3 identical plants, and observed the results in real time. The differences were clear, fascinating, and extremely useful for gardeners looking for simple, homemade soil amendments. Now, let's break down the 3 contenders. Uncooked white rice, the quick and steady starter. Uncooked white rice is the easiest entry point for rice-based FPJ. When I started fermenting it, I noticed how quickly it activated. Within 24 hours, it had a thin layer of bubbles, a clear sign that fermentation was underway. By day 3 or 4, the sweet-sour aroma told me the microbes were alive, active, and doing exactly what they needed to do. This FPJ is straightforward and very forgiving, because the starch is simple, and there are no natural oils or fibers slowing fermentation down. The microbes work quickly and efficiently. When I applied this FPJ to my test plant, I noticed a boost in early vegetative growth. The plant stood taller, new leaves emerged faster, and the overall color improved within the first week. Uncooked white rice FPJ is great for beginners because it doesn't overwhelm the soil and works gently. It's perfect for seedlings or young plants that need a little push in the right direction. If you're just getting into FPJ or organic brews, white rice is your safest, easiest starting point. Instant rice. The fast and furious ferment. Instant rice surprised me, and honestly, challenged me. The most, because it's pre-cooked and dehydrated, it ferments at lightning speed. Within a day it was bubbling aggressively, and by day 2 the breakdown was rapid enough that I had to strain it earlier than expected. Instant rice FPJ is intense. The microbes go after it fast because the rice structure is already softened. That makes the FPJ extremely microbe-rich but also slightly unstable if you ignore it too long. In the garden, it delivered dramatic results. The plant receiving instant rice FPJ developed larger leaves, thicker foliage, and more vigorous early growth compared to the white rice plant. There was a noticeable lushness to the canopy that I didn't see in the other treatments during the first week. But here's the catch. Because instant rice FPJ ferments so aggressively, it needs close attention. The fermentation can turn sour if left too long, and the strong microbial activity can overwhelm very young plants if the dilution is too strong. This FPJ is powerful, rewarding, and ideal for experienced gardeners who understand fermentation, timing, or anyone who loves experimenting and doesn't mind monitoring the jar daily. Brown rice FPJ is a completely different creature. Because brown rice still has its bran and germ intact, it contains more oils, minerals, fiber, and micronutrients than the other 2. These components slow fermentation down significantly. Instead of bubbling aggressively in the first 24 hours, Brown rice FPJ takes its time, usually 3 to 7 days depending on temperature. This slow fermentation creates a darker, richer, and deeper smelling FPJ. It has an earthy tone, rather than the light sweetness of white rice FPJ. When I applied it to my test plant, the differences were, subtle at first, but unmistakable over time. The brown rice FPJ plant grew steadily, developed thick stems, and formed deeper green foliage. It didn't explode with rapid early growth like the instant rice plant, but it outperformed both in the long run, especially during flowering and fruit development. If you're growing tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, berries, or any fruiting crop, brown rice FPJ is honestly the most balanced and consistent option. Its microbial activity is stable, its nutrient profile is broader, and its long-term benefits are, well, just superior. Okay, so this is where most gardeners, honestly, tend to struggle, not with the rice itself, but with getting those ratios just right. So here's the reliable soil sage method that, well, works every single time. You want to use equal parts rice and brown sugar. If your rice weighs, say, 100 grams, your sugar should also weigh 100 grams. Add just enough clean water to submerge the rice, usually around 200 to 300 milliliters, depending on your container. And, make sure the water is chlorine-free, so the microbes don't get disrupted. Give the rice a quick 1-second rinse, not to clean it, but just to activate the starch. Then, mix everything in a jar, stir it lightly, and cover it with either a breathable cloth or a lid with a small gap. Let it ferment for about 3 to 7 days, depending on your temperature. Once it smells sweet-sour and you see steady bubbling, go ahead and strain it immediately. That's the yokrens. Or that's the jordur de neirasarsen stenstar. From Bef by Dak Arder PJ. Store it in a cool place, out of direct sunlight, and honestly, try to use it within 3 months for the best microbial activity. Here's the thing, FPJ is powerful, and if you're not careful, it can actually harm your plants. A strong FPJ isn't a fertilizer, it's a microbial stimulant. So, the right dilution is everything. For seedlings, the safest ratio is 1 to 1,000. It's extremely mild, but still really effective. For vegetative growth, 1 to 500 works beautifully. During flowering, you want it slightly lighter at around 1 to 800 to help avoid stress. And for fruiting, a middle ratio of about 1 to 600 gives you consistent results. What matters most, though, is rhythm. Apply FPJ once a week onto moist soil. Never apply it to dry soil, because it can shock the roots. You can use it as a foliar spray, but only early in the morning to avoid any chance of leaf burn. With consistent weekly use, you'll start to notice improved greening, thicker stems, enhanced root development, and, over time, stronger yields. FPJ really encourages the soil to wake up, breathe, and feed your plants more efficiently. So, after weeks of comparison, here's the verdict. Uncooked white rice FPJ is reliable, predictable, and honestly, great for beginners. Instant rice FPJ is powerful, fast-acting, and ideal for gardeners who can manage quick fermentation. But brown rice FPJ, the slow fermenter, tug, the kringskrot it outperformed the others during flowering and fruiting, while also providing stable, long-term benefits for soil health. Each FPJ really does have a place in the garden, and the right one depends on your plant's stage and your comfort level with fermentation. This showdown wasn't just about picking a winner, it was about understanding how each rice transforms the soil differently. This experiment reminded me, honestly, why I love gardening and why this channel even exists. Soil isn't just dirt, it's alive, it responds, and it absolutely rewards curiosity. Rice FPJ is one of the simplest, most effective DIY soil boosters you can make at home. And knowing the differences between each rice type gives you an edge that, well, most gardeners never explore. If this article helped you, inspired you, or taught you something new, don't forget to subscribe to Soil Sage Chronicles. Share this guide with another gardener, and help spread the knowledge. Together, we're building healthier soil, wiser gardeners, and a thriving community. Here's to stronger roots, richer soil, and better harvests. The Soil Sage Way.